Welcome to R&bsauce with myself, DJ Pineapplez. Today I have a legend in the building, a singer, songwriter, and producer who has created timeless music with multiple classic albums.
Thank you.
One of the greatest to ever do it, guys.
Oh, appreciate it.
Like, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome, Donell Jones.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
I'm so happy that you're here. Honestly, from like a child, like you have been like the soundtrack to my life, like, and such a big part of why I even started something like R&bsauce, like my show.
Wow.
And the start of my love for R&B, like
Wow.
it traces back to like the My Heart album, like way back, like 30 years.
Yes.
I
It's
cannot
been a while.
believe that.
Yes. I mean, I can't believe the 30 years has passed this fast, you know. But it's just a testament to, life goes on. You know, I mean, no pun intended. You know, life goes on. I mean, we're moving at a fast pace, and man, music is I think music is at an all time great. You know what I'm saying? It's really to the test of time, and we're in a great place.
Yeah, for sure. And that album for me is like one of the best debut albums like ever created. Like no
Thank you.
interruptions, yearning, I want you to know, believe in me. Like there's so much classics on that album.
That's my favorite song. Of all my songs, I Want You to Know is my favorite. Yeah.
I was literally listening to it yesterday and I was just like the feeling and emotion in that song.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being transported somewhere else.
Wow, that's amazing, you know.
No, really,
Great.
it's very special. And when you were creating that album, like as it being your first, like what was your vision like for introducing yourself to the world as a solo artist?
I was so young, it was just experimentation for me. You know, I had already been around like Eddie F and Dave Hall and those guys, so I pretty much knew how to make music and write songs properly. But now it was my turn to kind of do it on my own without somebody over me. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, not, and when I say over me, I mean like just telling me what to do. But Eddie F has always been that guy who has brought me out and you know, kind of my mentor. But yeah, the start of my Heart album, I mean, it was just experimentation, just really trying to find my way, you know, and it's what happened. I always say that music for me, it's not like I'm doing it. It's happening through me, you know? And so, I never really feel like it's me, you know, I'm just the antenna that's picking up the signal.
I've heard you say that. Like, yeah, like you're the vessel.
Yeah.
God is giving it to you and you're gifting it to the world.
Yes, that's how I feel.
Yeah, but even with Eddie F, I know that you were in a group, Porsche, right?
Yes. Yep.
And you know what? On my show, I've played I Can Make You Feel Real Good. Like, I love that song.
Wow. Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't even know that song. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of those, we were young, you know, I think I was like maybe 19 when I wrote that song. Dave Hall produced it. And, yeah, man, like a lot of people don't really know that song. It's one of those records. Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, more people need to know about
I
it.
sound like a little kid on that record too. Like I sound completely different than I do on Where I Want. I mean, on my Heart album. 'Cause I was super young and, you know, my first time in the studio with some real professional people. Yeah.
You sound great though.
Thank you.
And you know, one thing about you as an artist, like you're an incredible vocalist, but also your production and your songwriting as well. Like when did you start developing those skills?
Well, when I was young, my mom had bought me a keyboard when I was like 11, and I taught myself how to play. Now I'm no Liberace or nothing like that, but just enough to noodle around with some chords and stuff like that. But when I got with Eddie and the Untouchables, I was placed around a lot of great producers, like I said, Dave Hall, Kenny Cornegie, Kenny Smooth, just all these great people, and I was able to go to their houses because I was a songwriter first, so I was able to work with them. I wasn't a producer at that time. So I was just like really playing, you know, noodling around, like I said. And I got a chance to watch them really create the music as I was writing the songs. And I picked up a little bit of everything from each one of them, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of made me who I am production wise, because I learned from each one of those guys. You know, it's almost like somebody who's trying to learn karate. They go to all these different masters and pick up a little some of everything, you know? So that's how that went for me.
And at what point would you say that you really kind of developed your own sound? Because when it comes to you, like, I just feel like you have such a unique sound. Like, you know, even looking at your album credits, when I see like Donell Jones in the writing and the production, I'm like, yeah, like that's him. Like you can just feel it. Yeah. So when would you say that you really like developed your own sound?
I think I developed my sound it was shortly after the My Heart album, and when I started working on Where I Want to Be. That's when I was like, okay, I'm locked in. I know what I want to do. That's when when it was my second time around, I was like, okay, now I know exactly what I want to sound like. I know what I need. And that's when I started adding guitars, little live instrumentation to the music. It just made me a overall better producer and songwriter when I started adding the elements like live stuff into the music.
I love that as well. I love some live instrumentation.
Yeah.
Oh,
It just
the
makes everything
feeling.
sound better, you know?
Exactly. And I know with Where I Want to Be that you went in with the mindset of you want like every song could have been a single, right?
Yeah, that was my mind. But we felt like that with the My Heart album as well. We wanted every song to be dope. The difference in the My Heart and the Where I Want to Be album was in the My Heart album, that's where we were doing a lot of the hip hop and R&B, where we sampled a lot of records but that was like really popular at the time. And so when Where I Want to Be came, it knew they had transitioned more into, let's get some live music into this. It's a little bit more R&B than it was hip hop and R&B. And so, yeah, I think that's where I really got into my zone. You know?
And you know, as we're talking about Where I Want to Be, like one of my favorite songs of all time is He Won't Hurt You.
Wow.
Like that song right there, the way you tell the story of like a woman in like an abusive relationship, offering her support and just letting her know that you're going to be there. And I just feel like for so much women, like that song is really powerful.
Wow.
And it really helps people get through it. Just knowing that someone is out there and you can have a better life. Like there's a way out, you know. When it comes to like your writing, like what kind of makes you touch in with them real life issues?
Because I mean, like a lot of the things I write about, I've witnessed. I've talked to somebody and they tell me the story, or I've lived it and I've been through it myself. And with that particular record, like growing up in Chicago, man, I've seen a lot of abuse, you know, and with women taking abuse from men. And I just felt like, you know what, I want to write about it. I want to write a song about it, you know, and that's how that particular song came about. But most of the songs that I write are from personal experiences and things that I've witnessed or been a part of, or it's my life that I'm talking about.
Donell, thank you for that song though, because honestly, as an R&B lover, like that is literally like top 3 songs of all time for me.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I love it. And you know, with Where I Want to Be, I know you worked with Eric Williams from Blackstreet, right?
Yeah,
on a couple
really
records.
Yeah, really great guy. We did Shorty Got Her Eyes on Me together. It was him, myself, and another producer by the name of Wes got together in Atlanta, and that song came out. And then he came up with Have You Seen Her? Him and Wes came up with Have You Seen Her? And I was like, yo, this is a smash record right here. So Eric, man, is a really talented guy, man. I really appreciated working with him on that album, and he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. You know, he's a really incredible songwriter.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, them 2 records, like the drums as well. Like when they come in knocking.
Yeah.
And Shorty Got Her Eyes on Me, like from the start of that track, like the ad lib straight away, like you are instantly like gripped. Yeah. Like when it came to writing that track, because you was part of the writing of Shorty, right?
Yeah.
So with the ad libs and stuff, like where does that come from?
I can't front like the beginning ad lib and all that. That's all Eric. You know, and Eric is like, yo, man, you need to do this on that part right there. I can't take credit for that. That's Eric right there. But when you in the studio, man, you are influenced by the people that are around you, and everything that we did for that particular record, it just fits so well. And I mean, when you bouncing ideas off each other, you know, you're open to whatever happens in the moment. And that's what took place with that particular record. We were just living in the moment.
For sure. But even like with your vocal production, like your harmonies and your tone is just so sweet. And I was saying as well that it feels very like comforting and warm.
Wow, thank
like
you.
when it comes to your vocal production, like how do you go about that?
I really don't know how to explain it. You know, like if I were to give anybody credit for I would say I just listened to a lot of Michael Jackson when I was coming up. You know, I listened to a lot of Michael Jackson. I really love his tone. And I think that when you hear somebody enough, you pick up some of their characteristics, you know? So I think there's a lot of him in me, not like him, because I mean, nobody can be Michael Jackson. Nobody can sound like Michael Jackson. But I think that I picked up a lot of his characteristics as far as my tone. Some parts of my tone could be considered sounding a little Michael Jackson-y. And I think that's
No,
where,
I
that's where
definitely
it
hear
comes
that.
from, you know.
Especially on tracks like I'm Gonna Be.
Yeah.
Like I can really hear it. Like even like a certain breathiness to your voice, it gives me very much Michael.
Yeah, and I don't think we weren't trying to do it. That's just how it came out. Because again, I listened to this guy growing up like forever. One of my favorite songs I used to sing was "Lady of My Life," and that was like the best song to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's
still is.
Right, exactly.
Still is, yeah.
So I'm a DJ, right?
Yeah.
So I play You Know What's Up like all the time, featuring Left Eye, and I heard a story that song was originally going to be, well, it was a different title. It was originally going to be called something else. Like, can you tell us?
It was called When You Hear the Car Horn Blow, and I didn't like that version of it. You know, I thought the track was amazing. But the lyrics and that particular song that they had to it, I didn't like it. I was like, nah. But when they came back with the new version, it was a smash. Yeah. It was like, and Eddie is one of those guys, he's a perfectionist. He's like, hey, man, we're going to keep writing songs on this beat because I know the beat is a smash. So we're going to keep writing songs on this joint until we come back with a hit. And that's what everybody they kept going back in, until they got it right. And You Know What's Up. So
did they like present it to you each time they or was it until they felt like they knew, okay, Donell, this is it now? Well,
when we tried to do the first version, which was the car horn blow, I didn't like it. You could tell I didn't like it. I didn't sing it the way it was supposed to. It just wasn't right.
Yeah.
And Eddie's the kind of guy, he can tell like it's the way I'm approaching the record. He can tell like he don't like that record. And it has to sound like him. In order for us to like make this thing like really work, like it has to, you can't give an artist something that they don't feel because you won't hear it. You're gonna hear it in the song. And so when they came back with You Know What's Up, you could hear that this is for me.
And was it like a different melody as well?
Oh yeah, the melodies were completely different. Yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting though. And Anthony Hamilton co-wrote that one as well, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Yeah. So Donell, like I was saying, like I am such an R&B girl, right? Growing up on your music, another one of my favorites is Do You Wanna? Oh yeah. My gosh. Yeah. The production on that record, like the guitar, the strings, like even the keys at the moments in the second verse, like every moment just takes you somewhere else. Like when you add the little bits, it's like, transporting, you feel like you're going somewhere else. How did you go about creating that track?
I just wanted something sexy, I have a lot of music where, I'm talking about situations, maybe like a breakup or maybe when I'm making up, but I hadn't had that record that was just strictly like a love song. Like you want to make love and you just want to, take control of your woman. I didn't have that. And so, that's where this record came about. I got with Cal West and, I had already had a lot of the elements of the record, but what Cal does is Cal is such a incredible pianist that he just came and just added so much layers to the music, and it just made it feel a lot better than what I did. And so that's how that record was born. That's
a perfect song right there. Oh. And I need to talk about the talkbox on Don't Leave.
Yeah.
Because I love talkbox. Like I really missed that in like the 90s and 2000s. Yeah. Obviously we had Zapp and Roger like way back as well.
Kill it. Yeah.
But who done the talkbox on that track?
This guy by the name of G Wise. The funny thing is I tried to get, not on that record, I tried to get Roger to do I Hope It's You was supposed to be Talkbox. And when Roger heard my vocals on it, he was like, you really don't need no talkbox on this, but I'm going to put some on it. So when I got his bill, I was like, I can't pay for that. That's too much money, man. Like, so we ended up not using it because it was just, it's Roger Troutman. But at the same time, Roger was charging a lot of money. So we ended up not using it, but if I was able to get Roger for Don't Leave, it would have been incredible because that's what he does,
Right, exactly.
But I ended up getting a guy by the name of G Wise who was just as incredible on Talkbox, and he was amazing at the time, and it was great working with him as well.
Yeah, shout out to him. I would love to hear I Hope It's You. So did he do like the hook basically on
Yeah, he did the hook. Yeah.
Okay.
He did the hook on I Hope It's You. And funny thing is he called me up one day on the phone. He was like, and he used to play a lot with people. You know, he'll call me up and have to talk back in his mouth, talking like Mickey Mouse and all that shit like that. And so he called me up and he sang the hook. And he was like, yo, man, I really love the record. You know, I want to do it. But again, like when he told me how much it cost,
He said,
I was like, no, thank you.
Expensive.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but I can't pay that. Yeah.
No, he is like the greatest, right?
Yes, man,
and
yes,
Teddy
yes.
Riley as well, of course.
Oh, Teddy.
you know.
I mean, Teddy got everything from him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when you learn from greatness, you become great.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
So back in 2009, you released your project, The Lost Files.
Yes. Yeah. That was a project that, I had all these songs that didn't quite make albums and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, man, why am I sitting on this music? I might as well just put this stuff out. So I just collected them and I said, you know what, I'm just going to throw them on iTunes and see where we go from there. It's been amazing.
I love that.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Because Superman, like, please tell me about that song. Like, what album was that recorded for?
That was going to go on My Heart.
Wow.
Yeah, Superman, Groove On, and Forever. Those were gonna go on the My Heart album, but they came too late. And then it was like, nah, we don't have enough room. We can't put it on there. You already got enough songs, and then if you put those songs on there, you won't get paid publishing for them. So I was like, you know what, it's not gonna make it. And then by the time we started working on Where I Want to Be, I had already transitioned to a new sound. And so it was like, they wouldn't have worked for that particular album. So they were just in limbo.
But you know what? I'm so happy that you gifted us that, because Superman for me, like the bridge, oh my gosh. It's like the second verse and then it goes into the bridge. Yeah. And I really miss that in R&B. Like we don't get that anymore.
Man. I don't know why, man. I mean, it's almost like every song now is 2 minutes. You barely get any ad-libs at the end, Right. I
was literally talking to John B about, like at the end of the song, like it would be your favorite part because you would be going in with the vocals and it would be like fading out and you're like, no.
Yeah, I hate that part. I think what's going to happen is, I think we're going to get back to allowing longer songs. I guess, the younger generation, their attention span has diminished. And, but I feel like, bridges need to come back. Bridges definitely need to come back. I mean, because it took music to another place, and then you're able to come back home. Like I'm like taking a trip somewhere, and then then you resolve back home.
It's the best part of the song for me. Yeah. But you know what? Shout out to Kehlani, because this year, like, she dropped the project that was incredible. She worked with like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, like Antonio Dixon. So she really tapped in with like the legendary producers,
And those guys, man. I mean, that's why I say music is so universal. Like even though these guys are older, it doesn't matter. I mean, I think that these younger artists are scared to go to older guys, but I mean, this is where you're going to get your meat and potato. This is where you're going to get the real music from. Not knocking the young guys, but these guys have done it years and years and years. I mean, I study these people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, like, if your song is just like this and it's going nowhere, I mean, you get with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they take it different places. You know what I'm saying? It feels different. Their vocal production is different. I mean, you can tell when somebody that knows what they're doing is producing a record versus somebody who is just starting, or somebody who doesn't have the same level of professionalism that they have.
And like musicianship as well.
Yeah, musicianship.
That's something that the key changes and everything. Like, I want that. Please give that to me. Yes. So we are in 2026 and we're celebrating My Heart 10 and 30, but also Journey of a Gemini turned 20 this year.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, I don't know, like all these records are turning all these ages. It's making me feel old.
I mean, same as me though. Same as me, because Journey of a Gemini, like I used to have that all the time. I'm like 20 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But on that album, you really stepped out with like working with Ryan Leslie, Jermaine Dupri, and the Underdogs, Tim and Bob as well, that we mentioned earlier. Like, how was it for you? Because like I was saying earlier, you have such an incredible sound yourself, right? So on that album, you worked with so much other producers and kind of like took a bit of a back seat in terms of production?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I still did majority of the album. I just did it with was working with a new team.
Okay.
Like Special Girl was me. Journey of a Gemini was me. Portrait of a Woman was me. So I mean, like I still did majority of the record. It's just I was with a new company.
Okay.
I wasn't with LaFaith at the time, and then I was with Jive Records, and Jive Records was, you know, they didn't really know what to do with me, to be honest with you, because I went into a system where now I'm on a label with. At first, I was on a label with Usher.
Yeah.
Now I'm on a label with Usher, R. Kelly, Joe, Justin Timberlake. There was so many male artists there. They didn't know what to exactly do with me. And so they were sending me around to different producers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I had a whole lot to say so. And, but the producers they were sending me around to, I loved their work. You know, it wasn't like they were sending me to Joe Schmo. You know, they were sending me to some really dope producers and we clicked. You know what I'm saying? I still was able to write the song that we did, but we clicked. It was incredible, and that's one of my favorite albums, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, it's
It is.
like I was saying, like you have so much classic albums. Like it's actually crazy. Like your albums are amazing from top to bottom, like no skips. And on that album, I love Spend the Night.
Oh,
Like that pre in that song.
oh man.
Woo, that
Spend the
pre.
Night is so dope, man. You know what? I feel like Spend the Night should have been Michael Jackson's song. Like I feel like if Michael would have did that song, it would have been so fucking dope. I mean, cause it had a feel to it. And Mike City, man, he produced the hell out of that record, man. Mike City is so dope.
He is.
And man, that's one of those records. I wish it could have been a single.
Yeah, that would have made so much sense. Yeah. And how was it working with the Underdogs? Because I know you done cut me off.
Yeah, they were amazing, man. They were really amazing. I didn't really have to do anything. I just went there and just sung the song that they sang, that they gave me. The writers were Tank,
yes,
and Steve Russell from
Truth, right?
From Truth, yeah. So they were the writers on both of the records that I did with the Underdogs, and amazing records, man. All I had to do was just show up and sing.
And you know what? Shout out to Tim Kelly as well. I interviewed him like last year. He's so lovely. And like me and him can just chat about music. And he was talking about you actually.
He's amazing, man. I mean, that guy right there, when it comes to R&B, he is something special. I mean, he has touched and made so many incredible records, and not just R&B. Like he's a part of so many records that, you know, you wouldn't even understand. Like this guy is like, him and his partner, Tim and Bob, when they were together, they made some incredible music. They really did. Yeah.
We need them back.
Yeah.
Like we really do.
I was happy to get a chance to work with him.
Yeah.
And we made some really good records on that album, and a few that didn't make it, you know, that were just as incredible as the ones that did.
So do you know what? I need to ask you then. You've done the Lost Files, right? And I know as artists that like, you're always making music. You have so much incredible unreleased stuff. Like, are we ever going to get to hear that stuff, basically?
You know what? I'm thinking about doing the Lost Files too. I mean, to be honest with you, I have to get with some of the producers because it's there. I mean, some of the stuff is theirs. Some of the stuff is mine. Yeah. And so we just got to work it out and make sure that everybody's getting their fair share.
I would love to hear more Donell and Tim and Bob. Like,
oh, we got some joints together that hadn't been heard that are incredible.
I can imagine.
Yes.
So Donell, let's get into some of your favorites in R&B. Okay. So what is your top 3 R&B albums of all time?
Oh, of course, Thriller. Songs in the Key of Life.
Oh.
And my third, that's gonna be hard because I love Teddy Pendergrass. I love the Keith Sweat Make It Last Forever album. I love Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so many. I love Babyface Tender Lover. Babyface Tender Lover was fucking smashed all the way up and down.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't choose 3.
5. It's all good. It's 5.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot of them.
There's a lot of great music out there. I'm with you.
It is.
I would struggle as well. All right. So what about your top 3 R&B songs of all time?
Gotta go with Lady of My Life. That's one of them for me. This is hard too. Top 3 R&B songs. I'm putting me in there.
Yeah.
I'm putting where I want to be in there. And that third one is hard, man. Because there's so many. I'm stumped.
What's another one of your favorite tracks of your own then? Apart
My
from
own?
I Want You to Know and Where I Want to Be, what would you say is like the third track?
I Wanna Love You.
Yes.
Yeah, I Wanna Love You.
Literally, like I could talk to you about every single song because every single song is just like, yeah, incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
So Donell, you know, with the internet nowadays, everyone's talking about verses and stuff, right? I know you know. And everyone's like, is Donell gonna do one? Like, how do you feel about it?
I think it's a great platform. I think, you know, it's doing some things for R&B and for the culture that they wouldn't get a chance to see otherwise. And so I would possibly do it.
Who do you think would be the best person for you to do it with?
Ooh, I'll let you answer that question.
I mean, I say Joe 100%.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's the only two. Like, I don't think there's anyone that can go against you. I don't think there's anyone else that can go against him. I feel like it's very obvious, personally.
I love Joe's music, man. Like I really love his music. I think that, you know, if it were me and him, I think it'd be a great celebration. You know, it wouldn't be like
Definitely.
what the other guys did, where it's
Yeah.
everybody fighting and we a grown man. We would do it in a way where it's grown and sexy, and I think the fans will get a kick out of it because it'd just be nonstop hits all night. You know what I'm saying? Just great music played, and it'll be such a hot item.
I
I
agree.
think we'll break the internet.
100%. I always say like my top 3 male R&B artists of all time is you, Joe, and Usher.
Thank you. Wow.
It makes sense that you two. Oh, I really hope that does happen and we do celebrate
Be great.
R&B.
That would be great. You know, I think it would be great. If it does happen, you know, keep my fingers crossed. Yeah.
So to know, we were talking about the Lost Files 2 possibly coming out, right? But I would love to know, are you working on any new music?
I am. I'm working on a project now. It's gonna be called Elevate, and I mean, expect the same thing you've been getting all these years. Just great music, great songs, and lyrics. You know, everything is for me is about giving you lyrics that feel good and great melodies. You know.
That's one thing about you. You know how to do a melody.
Thank you. Thank you.
And they stay in your head. Like you really do have a gift with that, with like your pen.
Thank you.
Crazy. So Donell, let everyone know your social media and where they can follow you.
You can follow me. I'm gonna be on Instagram. That is Donell Jones Forever. I don't know why people get this messed up, but my name is Donell Jones. That's Donell, not 2 N's. Stop putting the 2 N's in my name. It's Donell. And yeah, and you can reach me on Facebook at Donell Jones Music.
And you know, I just want to say also quickly, just thank you for like the soundtracks as well, because the way you make me feel. That song
That's another one of my favorite. Yeah, that's another one of my favorite.
That was like on the NFL.
It was on NFL. Yeah,
random kind of.
Like a lot of people don't know that record either. Like, but but London does. Like that's what I love about over here. Like you guys really appreciate the music, and you know all of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's incredible. You know, it's not out of sight, out of mind for the UK. It's like, you know, you guys keep us up to date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's there.
I mean, to be honest, I literally feel like I could have come here today without like doing anything beforehand and just spoke to you about your music because I know it so well anyway. So it's like, we really do appreciate R&B over here.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Donell, for coming on R&B Sauce. Like it really does mean like so much to me.
I appreciate it.
I'm such a big fan and I can't wait to hear the new music.
Yes.
Going to be supporting it on my radio show, of course. And I can't wait to see you tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have to fun tonight. So.
Thank you.